Now that's Italian. Hello, Alexia foodies. Tonight I'm going to teach you how to make an incredible pasta dish. You are going to go absolutely crazy for this. It's rigatoni, smothered in my famous San Marzano tomato sauce, laid with ricotta cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano, mozzarella cheese, and fried eggplant. So, stick around. Here are the ingredients you're going to need to make this dish. So let's start with the star of the show, the eggplant. Everyone loves eggplant, especially Italian fried eggplant. So right now I'm going to show you how to prepare the eggplant. So we're going to cut off the top and the bottom of the eggplant. Now you're going to just peel your eggplant. Now you're going to cut your eggplant into very thin, uniform slices. When working with eggplant, I like to avoid the seedy pieces because I find them bitter and unpleasant. And we got really lucky with this eggplant so far, not many seeds. So now I'm going to show you how to prepare the egg wash for the eggplant. We're going to start by cracking some eggs. Next, we're going to season the eggs up with some garlic salt and some cracked black pepper. Step, adding in some dried parsley flakes. Next, some whole milk and some pecorino romano, my favorite. Now let's whisk this egg wash all up until it's nicely blended. So for the dredge, I like to use a 50-50 ratio of both all-purpose flour and plain breadcrumbs. And what I do is I blend them together and I make this nice coating. Now I'm going to season up the breadcrumbs and the flour with some sea salt and some cracked black pepper. So now you're going to get your eggplant, you're going to dip it in your egg wash, then the flour and breadcrumbs, and then lay it on a foil sheet right down the assembly line. Let's do it. So now I'm going to add some canola oil right into our hot nonstick pan, and we're going to fry up the eggplant. Now I just want to tell you, we're not deep frying the eggplant, we're lightly pan frying. So I put about 1/4 of an inch of oil into the pan. Look at that sizzle, baby. Don't overcrowd. Leave enough space so you can turn your eggplant. Okay. So you're going to fry your eggplant on both sides until they are a nice golden brown. Check it out. So the eggplant is done a beautiful golden brown. Now we're doing several batches, so change your oil in between each batch because you don't want the oil to get black. So we're going to remove the eggplant and we're going to place it on some paper towel. Bounty, the quicker picker upper. Boy, is Bounty very hard to get these days. I love Bounty. So as I mentioned earlier, I like to layer my eggplant on a dish with some paper towel because it absorbs all of the oil. As you can see, all of the excess oil. Look at that eggplant. Woo! We are ready to rock. This is the most exciting part. building our rigatoni dish. So it's coming up next. So the pasta dish I'm making you today, some of the ingredients you can prepare earlier. For example, I already made my beautiful, famous San Marzano tomato sauce, which you can find the recipe on my website, youhadmeatkitchen.com. I did that in advance. I also boiled some rigatonis until a beautiful al dente, tossed them with a little olive oil, set them aside, and then I just concentrated on frying up the eggplant. Now we're gonna build our pasta dish. Get ready, you are gonna absolutely love this dish. We're gonna start by building our pasta dish with the first layer of San Marzano tomato sauce. Now let's add in some rigatoni. Now let's mix them up real good. A little bit more San Marzano right over the top. Now we're adding on a layer of eggplant. Now press down your eggplant. Now we're gonna ladle on a little more San Marzano tomato sauce. So fresh, so delicious. Now we're adding on all of the cheese. Ricotta, my favorite. It's not ricotta, people, it's ricotta. Let's do it. Creamy, beautiful ricotta. Ricotta, I just love it so much. Whole milk mozzarella. Parmigiano Reggiano. Now we're gonna add in some fresh basil, vasinagol. You know what the great thing is? It's summertime and I have a basil plant right in my backyard, so I keep picking this beautiful basil. Now we're adding in more pasta. Now a little more of the San Marzano tomato sauce. Wow. Now we're adding in another layer of the eggplant. Now we're gonna add on a little more of the San Marzano tomato sauce. So now for the finishing touch to this amazing pasta dish, what I like to do is put together some seasoned panko breadcrumbs, fresh parsley and olive oil, and I sprinkle it on top. It gives that crunchy element. You are gonna absolutely love this. So let's do it and get this pasta into the oven, because I am starving. Look at this, it already looks amazing. I'm gonna pop it into the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes until all of that cheese becomes bubbly and melty and the breadcrumbs get crispy and crunchy. I cannot wait to dig in. Stick around, Alexia Foodies, it's coming up next. And it is done. Look at that, how amazing. So I like to garnish it up with some fresh basil. Look how beautiful this looks. We're going to cut into this just like we're cutting a pie. Are you ready? Let's do it. I'm digging in. Now that's Italian. For this recipe and more, visit youhadmeatkitchen.com. Like, share, and enjoy.